Hi everybody, welcome back to Code Stories. In this video, I want to cover what I consider to be one of the most efficient and convenient plan B that can get you your first job in tech, whether it is software development, UI, UX design, or DevOps. Right now, you might be unemployed, or you might be in high school, college, you might be doing something completely unrelated with IT. Or you might be working full-time or part-time and you're looking forward to transitioning to tech. If it is possible, depending on which situation you are right now, I think you should give this plan a chance. Okay, before we begin, one thing first. There is no perfect plan, okay? So what you actually eventually need is a collection of different plans, of different strategies that can land you your first job. There are awesome plans out there. For example, freelancing, contributing to open source projects, going to the small restaurants in your neighborhood and telling them you want to build your website for free. These are amazing plans and they can actually boost your CV and get you a job. So the plan I'm about to share with you is just one of many other plans that you can actually apply, at least consider applying when you're looking for a job. And I've seen it working for many people, even a colleague of mine, an ex-colleague. He was a carpenter. Now he's an IT healthcare specialist and he's doing a great job. And that's actually also how I got my first job as a software developer. I have a video series on how I landed my first job. Part 1 is out and part 2 is on making. All right, let's get started. This plan is not new. It's just forgotten, underrated, and it's not taken seriously. So I'll try to break down this strategy in a very practical way by using a scenario. So let's say, for example, you are unemployed. However, you're interested in web development. You've been doing some project on the side for the past few months. And then you started applying for a job. You get rejected. Of course, you don't have a CS degree, no background in coding, no background in tech, so nobody wants you. You're tired of getting rejected. You don't know what to do, and you're about to give up. Try this. Instead of applying for a job directly as a web developer, that's like the shotgun approach. I call it the brute force approach, just trying to get into that first job by all means. So instead of trying to force your way through the front door, try to gently come in through the back door. What I mean by that is look for companies who have web developers, who are looking for web developers. However, they also have other open positions. For example, customer service, IT support engineer, IT hotline specialist. Look for companies that have those kind of position in a junior level, career changer level. Here in Germany, we call it a Quereinsteiger. And this kind of positions, most companies are just looking for people who have enough passion to get the job done. They're not looking for anybody who has been doing this for years. Just the little experience you have to get the job done. That's who they're looking for. So you're going to try that. Look for those companies who have web developers and who also have other open positions. It has nothing to do with web development. However, these positions are for entry levels and Quereinsteiger. As an entry-level support engineer, most of the stuff you're going to be doing, let's say 70% of your task is going to consist of setting up workspaces, disassembling workspaces. Of course, your job is going to be more than just setting up workspaces. However, like I said, 70% of your work is going to be stuff like that. So as you can see, your chances of getting a job as an entry-level IT support engineer or a career changer, the chances are much higher than getting a job as a web developer. As soon as you manage to get that job as an entry-level support engineer or maybe a customer service employee, what you're going to be doing from week 1 is going to try to get in touch with the web developers in the company. Try to stalk them in a healthy way. So during lunchtime, during company events, after work. So stay active, keep asking them questions. When you're stuck in a project, go to them, ask them some technical questions. For example, which stack they're using. Don't be shy, don't be scared. Ask them questions. Don't think that you're disturbing them. Actually, it's going to be the opposite, because when you're asking people what they're doing, why they're doing it, you actually appreciating what they're doing. You are showing them respect, and you show in this case you're showing them so much respect that after work, after a hard day at work, you go home and you start doing what they're doing at work. So they are also gonna love that and going to show some respect towards you too. By the way, you will be surprised when you see that a chunk of what you have been implementing in your small personal project is actually also implemented in this company's consumer app. So people are going to start talking about your passion, your devotion, your determination, because I mean, you're working full time and then you're going back home and then you spend another 2-3 hours working on your web developer skills. The web developers are going to be looking into your project time to time, and they're going to see, wow, this guy's legit. This guy can actually do this stuff we're doing here. I'm not saying you should go around and try to be everybody's darling. However, this is actually the key element in this strategy. Try to build a healthy relationship with the people you're working with, not just from the technical viewpoint, but also as a person. And one day the company is going to be looking for a junior developer, a mid-level web developer, and guess who they're going to be thinking about? I'm very sure that they're going to be thinking about you. All right, that's it for today. I think before we close, we can go through some of the pros and the cons regarding this approach. And I've taken some notes on my phone, and let's start with the cons. Number one, it's going to take time. Actually, it took me almost 2 years before it worked out for me. And it's going to take time before you get used to this new environment. It's going to take time before you convince the company, convince your colleague that you have what it takes to become a web developer or DevOps or whatever. And so number two is low salary. So when you start working as an entry-level IT support engineer or an entry-level or career changer customer service employee, you most likely going to start with a very low salaries. So that's going to be one of the another downside of this approach. Okay, let's go to the pros, and I think the pros definitely crushes the cons. So the first one is getting help from developers face to face, which is amazing. It is so much better than having this face-to-face conversation with a developer that can help you than going to Stack Overflow or Googling all day. It's a much better experience. Number two is you already have a good relationship with your, let's say, future team in advance. So this is going to make life so much easier when you join, if you actually manage to join that new team in the future. And better transparency. I mean, developers have been looking into your project for the past few months or maybe even years. It's going to be much easier for you to be working in a very, let's say, relaxed environment, because you're not like thinking all the time, oh no, they're going to catch me, I don't know this, I don't know that. So they already know you for the past few months, so which is actually very good. You're familiar with the company's ecosystem and environment, so you know how to navigate yourself through the company. You know where to get your device, you know where to get help from the sysadmin if something's wrong. And so that's also a very huge plus. This one is very interesting. So let's say you start working as a support engineer, and you want in the future you want to become a web developer. However, you're also seeing DevOps working, you're seeing Scrum Master, you're seeing IT recruiters, and you start thinking, I love the way IT recruiters work. I think this is something I would prefer doing than web development. So you're in an environment where you have like access to all these different professions in the IT. All right, that's it. If you like my content, please subscribe. And if you know anybody who might gain something from this channel, please share. Thank you very much, and God bless.